on our players' table, starting on the left, we have Miss Elizabeth Vick playing our. I just almost forgot who you were.
My name is Kelnys Imrish.
Hi, Kimura.
Hi, Kimura. Do you need something or want something?
Kimura's like starting to like be very like physically confused. Not ready to volunteer that information. Kimura is. Where are you from? You're not from here. Why are you here?
I'm from Words Again.
Okay. Heard of that place like once in a book. But I've never met anybody who's actually from there.
It's my home.
I guess that makes sense. You being Dragonborn.
I am.
As if she doesn't know. It is your turn again.
At this point, I'm pissed. I'm so angry. Okay, so I'm going to, I'm gonna get up.
It's after movement.
I'm going to grab back onto the caravan.
Okay.
I'm going to, it's my bonus action, I'm going into a rage.
You are
I'm so
She's a barbarian! After dealing with these trivial little skin bag people, you finally just get so frustrated that you just grab on and you are gripping the handle of that door. It's almost as if you're going to break it. And it's also the door that you just
have already wiggled.
So it's pretty weak.
No.
So yeah, you're holding on to it. You go into your rage. You still have an action if you want it. You could attack.
I want to attack this armor. I'm hitting it again. I'm hitting it again with my hand axe.
So keep in mind you're in rage, so you are going to get some other benefits while you're raged.
Mm-hmm.
2 extra damage.
So we're going to attack first.
It's okay.
Good. 1.
Yep.
How'd you get
my face so well.
Damage is... Oh, no, that doesn't work.
Damage
That doesn't work there.
Unfortunately, not yours. So, currently what we're doing is Kelnys, after having fallen again.
And she gets knocked down and she gets up again.
You ain't never going to keep her down.
Woo!
Kelnys.
Okay, so I'm real grouchy. Like, really, really angry. So I I'm in this rage. As my action, I'm going to use my breath weapon. And I really tried to hold back because I didn't want to set your house on fire. They can fly away.
They're locked in cages!
Well, I'm really angry. I'm so mad.
Let's do this.
I'm doing the breath weapon.
Go for it. How far does it go? 15?
30 feet.
Oh yeah, it's hitting the walls.
Sorry. 18?
18? Oh yeah. This is to the captain because it's a
No,
line.
I'm sorry, just 12. Just 12.
It's a line weapon, right?
No, they have to make a save.
Yeah, it should be, if it's
They're
the
making
right
a
weapon,
save.
he has to make a
Okay.
save. But it's just a line, correct?
It's just a line.
Okay, yeah, so it's just the captain you're shooting at.
Yep.
Alright. Captain needs to make a save of what?
12?
Oh yeah.
Dex 12.
Okay, he does save. He rolled an 11 and got his +3, so that's 14. So it should be half the damage.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to roll at least
2d6.
half the damage.
2.
Okay.
So...
6. And he takes half the damage is 3.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, he's a little burned, he's a little sore, but he's still hanging in there.
Real quick though, real quick.
Yes.
Have there been any ruckuses in town lately?
Oh, that's true.
Or
We're
like dragonborns?
Oh yeah, by the way, we're looking for a friend. Ruckus?
Yes.
Describe this ruckus.
Like imagine things happening normally, and then not happening normally with a lot of noise.
Have you seen a dragonborn?
It's my turn. I'm using my bonus action to go into a rage.
Kelnys Everdeen. The dragon on fire. Kelnys.
Okay. I'm going to disengage with Diana, and I'm going to use my movement to go towards Loretta.
Okay, that's 10. You still have more. You need it.
Am I all the way? Can I come up around between? I can't get all the way between her and Dakar, but
You can get right there side by side.
perfect.
You're right next to both Dakar, the unicorn, and...
Okay. So for my bonus action, I'm thinking about Dakar, and my Storm Herald-ness comes.
Sorry, I just realized what you're doing.
Because I've seen him fall, so I'm really worried about the fact that he's fallen. So I've come to take care of Loretta, and hopefully.
So you just leveled up, so you changed your Storm Herald to the Tempest, correct?
The Tundra.
The Tundra.
Mhm.
So as you feel this emotional surge of this clan that you just built, this party, and they have committed to being with you, this torrential wave-like emotion of wanting to protect just overflows from your body, and there's this drop in temperature that just falls around your body, Dakar, as it is just washed around you, and you feel life come back to you. Almost like you're like a hydration through your skin, and you just feel comfort. So I believe
2 temporary hit points.
you get 2 temporary hit points. So you are back up.
What?
You have 2 temporary hit points.
What are you?
You also notice that the scale color has this iridescent green and blue, like shining to it, almost like a fish scale. That begins just to kind of hold on her body.
Okay, I'm gonna hit out of
Forgot you could do that.
My crap. Before you go, I've learned a lot since I left the Zaget, and there are definitely things that I have always known to be true. I have questions about now, so don't make too many assumptions. I appreciate your help. When I'm ready, I'll come back. You have my word. I'm going to, as I'm climbing up, I'm going to go into a rage.
It's going to turn, it's going to make a break.
But I get to attack it because it's running away from me.
Yes, you do, so make your attack.
Okay. Just one roll?
Yes, you only have one on this.
I just would like
I
it to be a good one.
love that Imrish just like, yeah.
With my short sword, I will hit it at a 22.
Yes, you will, and you took the Sentinel feat, so she doesn't run away. She stays right there.
Does the Sentinel feat do that?
Yes,
Yes.
it does. Girl, you gotta read your feats.
No, I don't think it says that.
It does.
Where does it say them running away?
So if they're making a break for it and you hit them, it stops their movement. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do something.
It's actually made specifically for situations
Yes.
like this, where you don't want something to get away.
Okay. 12 damage. We're in the business of helping people.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, what business are you in? I got some intimidation if I need to throw that at you.
It's real poignant. It's real poignant there.
We can do this nicely or not. It's fine.
I'll allow you to make an intimidation roll off of your prowess and your stature, even though you haven't really said or done anything intimidating. But go ahead.
Because I don't want to start off at 90 miles an hour.
I just hit the video.
I know.
Sorry about that.
Good.
18.
I found a phone book in there. Would that help?
A phone book? Really though? So at which point Descartes would come by and tell you about the things that you found. The rocks you are familiar with. These are make sure I get these right. These are retinal rocks.
Hang on, I can't.
Which are typically found, they come from the Zaget. and they're typically found within the iris.
Okay.
Excuse me.
How'd you get these? How'd you get these rocks?
Look, they were given to us.
By who?
We didn't steal them. They were given to us by a contact in the Zaget.
Oh, who's your contact?
Look,
I poke him.
Either you're gonna kill me or they're gonna kill me, so...
Or you could hang out with us for a little bit and help us out, and then it's win-win-win-win-win. They don't kill you, we don't kill you. Do I need to throw intimidation on you too?
I love how throwing intimidation is like the new throwing shade. Throwing intimidation. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that.
I scared you so bad.
Kelnys was too funny.
I know.
Kelnys intimidated the channel.
So is there anything else that we need to know about?
So the Dragonborn are kind of split into two camps. There's the metallics like me.
Metallic, like, so how many kinds of... I don't know anything about it, so...
Well, y'all taught me about culture, now I can teach you about my culture.
like on my belly, around a
With
campfire,
your legs.
with my legs are kicking.
Yeah, so there are two types. They're the metallics like me. Because I'm brass and they're other...
Like metal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're the chromatics, which are more colorful. And like hundreds and hundreds of years ago is when the divide kind of happened in terms of people, well, Dragonborns, some feeling like they were better than others based on our beginnings. And we've kind of just warred against all of us, like each other. And then after we warred against each other, the chromatic leader tried to assassinate our metallic leader. So we kind of put them all in one place. And the metallic are kind of overruling the chromatic.
Oh.
Yeah, having ventured outside of the Zagat, I would say not everything is totally fair.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. What? Okay, so there was a war between the chromatics and the metallics.
A
But
long
y'all
time ago.
still live, everybody still lives in the same place?
Well, the metallics have a little more room and the chromatics are all in one area.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't seem very fair for the chromatics. I mean, I know you're a metallic.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Having been somewhere else where I see species treating other species not as nicely, kind of opens my eyes to, oh crap, we do the same thing.
Yeah, life is...
That like age-old prejudice thing.
Yeah.
Rampant in the Zagat.
So is that why you left, to learn how to like bring your people together?
No! No!
Oh!
No, that's a little embarrassing. So I got sent away to see if we could find a place to move the chromatics to.
Oh.
To lessen tensions or to give them more space?
To give us more space. Yeah. It's not a pretty story.
That's none of my business.
But a good night. Gotta hit the dusty trail. Kelnys jumps up and kind of hears it, and there's the thought of that is the palace summoning. You know your time is out, even though it's a little earlier than the time it should be.
Morning, sunshine.
We have to go.
Before we go, this is all about you. This is your day. Brides can be late. Look what we found. look what we found. And I show her the book. This was in your, it was here.
Where?
With the rest of your toys.
That's embarrassing. I didn't ever want anyone to see those. So that means someone besides y'all have seen them also. It not a priority right now. I tried.
Yes. But we have the book.
We have the book. It didn't leave the Zagat.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
We take it with us.
All right.
We
I don't know how it got here.
also got another book.
They're very similar, but very different also. But I don't think we should...
I don't know that we should show that.
Yeah, so...
Hold on to it. I may call for it.
Okay.
And they begin to lead you out as you all make your way up the slow, dark steps leading towards the palace. Entering in, it's very quiet and somber. But the generals are present. Your mother is back in that lowly position at the bottom of the steps, and Doxin sits on the throne. They usher you forward, at which point you two are halted and placed next to Asira. Your time is ended, Imrish. Do you have sufficient evidence to prove your innocence?
List my charges.
You are being charged with fleeing the Zaget, the killing of Rokum, and the stealing of sacred property to the Metallic Conclave. You pleaded not guilty, and were given divine metallic right to prove your innocence before punishment and sentencing is proclaimed. Speak.
I did flee the Zagat on Rokum's orders, which cannot be proved. I did not kill him. If you look at his body, the webbing there is from, and I don't make accusations, it is from a blue or a bronze dragonborn. The markings are that of a breath weapon of lightning, and I don't have that power.
Yawen rushes forward and says, so you proclaim that it's a blue dragonborn who has done this?
I proclaim it's a blue or a bronze.
Are these accusations?
I just said they weren't accusations.
Yet you use them accusatory.
I am stating my innocence. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm merely presenting proof.
Doxin puts his hands up. Yawen, take a seat.
Just stating facts.
Can you prove that this was done by the Dragonborn that you do mention?
I don't have a specific Dragonborn individual, but we all know that Blue Dragonborn and Bronze Dragonborn have breath weapon of lightning. And if you look at Rokum's body, it's the exact same markings as when a lightning strikes a rock. The webbing on his skin, those lines, and even his clothing has singe marks. You get that from a lightning strike, from lightning breath. I don't have that power. That in and of itself.
Roll a persuasion check. Are you presenting the clothing? Right. You may roll advantage.
20, not nat.
Yawen, you've been in charge of the body. Is what Imrish says? Is it true? Yes, Doxin. There are some strange marks and webbings that are familiar with lightning-based attacks. However, they are not inflicted outside, but inside the body. Very well. Imrish, what say you on the other charges? You've already confessed to fleeing. What about our sacred text?
I found it.
Which one, Yawen again? You see? Thief and guilt brings it back.
Looking for mercy.
I didn't take it.
Immediately a guard comes up and grabs the book. If you didn't take it, then who?
I don't know.
Balaza kind of steps up.
But
Perhaps, Doxson, we should err on the side of leniency. I mean, even if young Kelnys did take the book with her, she did have the proxy of keeping up with those tomes. Perhaps this is just oversight or arrogance in her favor of leaving with it. But it is brought back. Doxson kind of shakes it off. She knows that the text and the Dragonborn are not to leave the Zaget.
And the text did not leave the Zaget.
Can you prove this?
I can't. It was in my domicile. I don't know how it got there.
Immediately, Yalwyn kind of scoffs, turns around.
My friends found it. I didn't even find it.
Doxson looks over at you two. You are the ones who discovered this tome? Speak!
Yes.
And where was it located? How did you come upon finding this?
Be honest.
We were moving some stuff around in her domicile, snooping around, trying to find anything out of the ordinary, and we found it in an area where she had some other things hidden. It looked like it had been there. It hadn't been disturbed.
I didn't place it there.
Roll another persuasion, this time at disadvantage.
9.
Do any of you have anything else to add before I pass judgment?
May I speak to Velasa alone?
You've lost that right.
May my friends speak to Velasa alone?
At which point Velocity kind of steps up. Kelnys, it's past time.
They found something else.
She steps back again. Doxson puts his hand forward.
Go ahead. It's all about honesty in our clans, isn't it? For all of us? Go ahead. What did y'all find?
I feel like it needs a little bit more build-up than this.
I'll take up the book and present it to Doxson.
Kind of looks down at it as you kind of approach, and you can see the guards are very hesitant to see you come forward. Velasa steps down and kind of grabs the book, and she kind of peruses it. What is this? Where did you find this?
What is it?
I'm not sure. This is not a tome that we've had.
Well, my word apparently can't be trusted. So maybe you should share with everyone what it is. I think you could figure it out quickly enough.
Doxson kind of looks at her, nods at her. Velasa flips through a couple pages.
Start at the end.
It's an accounting of true dragons. But there seems to be a mixture of both chromatic and metallic scales, at which point you hear the surrounding area just kind of those shocks and awe. Doxson kind of asks for the book, looks at it, slams it closed. I appreciate your honesty in this. We will take this into consideration. However, this does not change your crimes.
Of fleeing the Zaget. On Rokum's orders. My superior.
Is there anything else you wish to say before I pass judgment?
I'd like Jazul and Rialdan to come speak. of times of that night.
Okay.
A
They do step
timeline of
forward.
what happened.
And they speak exactly what they said. Jezreel mentions that he saw you flee somewhere after midnight.
An hour after midnight. And Rhiannon heard the whispers shortly before midnight, and then he heard the big noise about an hour after midnight. So if I was fleeing south, how could I have killed Rokum at that same time? With a weapon I don't possess, inside or outside of his body, which maybe you should check with the blue and bronze dragonborn of how that works. And if the book was in that hidey hole for a long time, it didn't leave the Zaget. It wasn't stolen. I didn't place it there. But it wasn't removed from the Zaget. It's another crime altogether.
Is there anything else that anybody wants to say before we roll? This is all three of you. Not in character, out of character.
Out of character?
Mhm.
Do I mention the Rokum's love letter, scales, blood?
Go for it.
I don't know what to say.
I mean,
Contact with the outside world.
yes. And also that, like, you presenting that evidence, like, although it doesn't absolve you, it shows that you're being cooperative in trying to find out what really happened.
That was a really nice way of putting it. You're so good with words.
Writing emails.
It's like you do that for a
Is that what
living.
you're asking?
Yeah, so I would like to I presented the clothing. We inspected the antiquary and where the book should have been held. There were baby dragonborn scales of multiple colors, chromatic colors, as well as copper ones. No other colors. There was also this blood. I don't know whose it is, but Rokum had a scraped knee. So did he put up a fight before the book was taken? Did someone use his key? Was he looking at it? And I think the fact that I'm giving you all the information I have, I'm here, I'm cooperating. Yes, I fled the Zaget, but on the orders of my superior, who I thought was doing something for some unknown reason, but he's never led me astray before.
One more persuasion roll.
11.
Based on the evidence that you've put forward, I'm going to mark down what the DC is going to be for your final call. Every piece of evidence that actually absolves you of something takes down the DC by 5.
I can't breathe. Those were words. I didn't really understand all of them. I just nodded.
At which point,
There's math.
all of you are ushered forward and asked to kneel down. As you kneel down, the doctor announces, you two are aware that you are adding yourselves to any punishment.
I mean, it doesn't look like we have a choice.
You
But...
don't have a choice.
Okay.
You've already made that choice to include yourselves into her affairs.
We are aware. I
Yes.
take both their hands, and the
I will let-
truth will set us free, and I cast guidance as much as I can. guys.
Everybody's having a lucky day. Alright, so you reach up and you touching them because you have to keep in mind you have to have contact with them to do guidance.
Socially distanced guidance.
Yes.
This is going to be a straight roll.
Okay.
+4.
Plus 4.
If you want a D4.
Plus a D4, okay.
If you want. You don't have to.
15.
Okay. Dachshund stands. You almost see him like falter for a little bit. Rises, and whenever he actually is standing, he's rather tall. I have made my decision, which shall be honored under divine metallic right by the All-Father himself. On the account of Kelnys Imrish fleeing the Zaget without allowance or permission, I find her guilty. However, it is clearly shown in the evidence of Rokum's body that Kelnys lacks the means to inflict the wounds that would have slayed him. On the account of Rokum's murder, I absolve her of her crime and find her innocent. For the crimes of the missing Liber Draconis, I find insufficient evidence to make a ruling on whether or not she indeed did hide the stolen tome, whether she took it with her and fled and brought it back, only offering it for leniency, or if it was planted in her domicile by a party other than her, perhaps one that is involved in the murder of Rokum. Valasa, we will interrogate all of our troops, metallic, and we will look at all of the chromatics as we investigate the validity of this book. But for now, I do find you innocent.
Thank you for your fairness, Dawson.
As punishment, you need to be reminded of who you are, who guides you, and where your strength comes from. You will be sentenced to the pits. However, you will do so in a place of honor. You'll be granted privilege to go into the pits and come out as a Zaget knight, as you were intended.
And my time and how long in the pits?
That will be determined based on how the All-Father sees fit. Go in and survive. Show your true strength, and you will be admitted freedom.
Will I have weapons?
Which, when he kind of looks over, there's a little bit of a hard air snuff right out of his nostrils, and 2 guards come up and they do return all of your equipment.
And my friends, what will happen to my friends?
We're going in with you.
Yawin, please escort them to the pits. About 4 or 5 hours traveling in, stopping every now and then resting, you do notice that there is a cart itself that is slanted sideways on the road. There's a horse that is like frantically trying to get away, and then the cart itself just won't shift as one of the wheels is completely fallen off.
We're in the business of helping people. You think we can do this quickly?
You've said that before. Okay, I guess. But it looks heavy, so it might all be you.
I figured. So we'll hop down and I'll see if I can where is the wheel?
The back left wheel.
Okay.
It's come off of the axle itself. It looks like it might have hit something on the road, broke.
Can I lift the cart a little bit and brace it against myself as I try to get the wheel back on?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
As you go and you begin to go to grab it, you hear this kind of
We didn't check the perimeter first!
noise, and every now and then a slight kind of steam.
I'm gonna take my third finger on my left hand.
I'm strategic! I love it!
And
Come on, scientific method.
and I'm going to run it through the dust, the powder, in one of the troughs and see what happens. Just the tip. Just the tip.
We're a family show.
The tip of the finger.
Are you trying to arouse the dust?
No, that's you.
Alright, so as you grip down, we're gonna have a little contest.
Oh, shit.
So,
I mean,
alright, so you both grip down, he kind of looks you straight in the eyes, and you can feel the metal gauntlet just wrap around your scaled iron fist. And that initial 3, 2, 1 as the other guard slams down for you to start, and you feel that grip. Go ahead and roll a strength check. 18. As you hit, and he immediately, definitely underestimated you, but knows that you're a Dragonborn. Just by the look, and is not quite caught off guard, but you do catch him for a moment. And then he kind of smiles, and for the briefest moment you see him lean in as if he's going to start trying. So roll again.
So, I heard you're the slayer. I heard you're the slayer of the undead out there.
Yeah. I mean, we took care of them when they came down, so what?
How many?
Go ahead and roll.
22.
22? Okay. As you're talking, you're just casually, he sees his hand going back. All the ones that are out there, that was us?
How many mollusks are on?
Well, just us 4.
Oh, nice
Roll
work.
again.
Oh, shit. 5.
5. Gets you back in.
Look at you go.
Just us.
Look at that.
You're so condescending. I love it. Sorry, it's not what I was ready for, but I'm so ready for it now.
Have there been lots of undead lately?
Yeah, we're finding them across the plains.
How close are we to Lakota?
Roll again.
17.
17. You both catch and you're still stuck there. Just further down the road, you can't miss it.
Yeah? Have there been other weird things besides the undead?
I mean, I'm looking at you. Roll again.
Well, that's a little offensive. 16. 15.
As you
Sorry.
push him back, and now he's really struggling. He grips onto his chair, and you
I
hear...
think that's cheating.
Roll again.
22.
22. You almost down as he's struggling, and he's just there, and he's barely breathing it out, and he's like, "Who are you?"
It's not important. I'm here to visit Lakota.
Roll last one.
22.
As you slam his hand down, everything goes quiet for a moment.
Good game.
And then everybody just starts cheering, and you see him swat the gold onto the floor, stands up, and then walks over to the bar.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. First I'm gonna say thanks to Car. It's good to see everybody. I feel like it's the last thing I remember. We weren't here. I'm going to use my bonus action to go into a rage. I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. And I'm going to go straight for it. I am going to try to hit. I'm kind of looking around. I'm going to try and hit Jocelyn with the Smile Carver.
You're gonna throw it?
I'm going to throw it.
Okay. Over. Oh.
How far away is she from me?
She is 10 feet away from you.
Nah, I'm going to... What? I'm following the rules. Hang on.
It takes a while to get you. We'll get there.
Click to start. I'd like to start.
Oh, yes!
I'm moving right up to her. And I'm going to try and just hit her with the dagger. I'm not going to throw it. I'm going to try and... in her forehead. Maybe, hopefully.
Roll your attack.
Anywhere. For that first attack, I rolled an 11.
That is a hit.
So I'm going to try again.
Yes.
Okay, par for the course. I didn't hit her.
Okay, so you go twice and you scratch the surface of her heavy armor, but it doesn't quite dig in at all. Anything else you want to do?
Are you rolling a d20?
Shut up. It hasn't been that long. You know I roll shitty. It rolls in my family. It runs in my family, apparently. My brother does too. No, that's it for my turn.
You should keep trusting me.
So if you don't have a crew, would you be willing to be a feather?
A what?
A feather.
Like
It sounded so cooler.
It's cooler when we say we're the 5 feathers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't say, do you want to be a feather? The car.
Like one feather doesn't do much, but like
Sorry.
5 feathers.
This was only the
Okay,
second
5 feathers doesn't really do much either. They just all
Really? And Q slaps Kelnys.
Fox's jaw just progressively just dropping farther down, be like, huh?
This is only the second person I've tried to recruit, and the other person was really into us. That it wasn't much effort.
Typically I work alone, but I like working with you guys.
No,
and,
I want to know how much damage Q takes from trying to hit me.
Q, roll an attack.
I missed.
So,
You're too tall.
Kelnys, roll a d20. No modifier, just roll a d20.
2.
Okay, no damage, but yeah, you hit and it's just nothing. It's more of like a...
Excuse me, Q.
I'm just saying, 5 feathers. It's like it's more jokes than you're ready for.
All right, I think we should start moving.
I agree.
So outside there is a large red banner. Oh, sorry, a large red banner that has a white. It's a white banner with a single red circle that kind of radiates from a darker hue to a lighter hue towards from the outside, moving towards the center. And underneath that tent is where they have all the stones. And as you approach, that same callsman comes up and he says, "You're back again for more?"
Well, we're looking to be what is it called, Raystrom?
The
The
champions of strength and dexterity and wisdom.
Well, we've made it the right spot for one of those 3, as here we are testing the strength of an individual's prowess. Even the most skilled and least skilled of monks can easily snap through, it said, a single slate piece of stone. However, we're going to start small today. It's only 5 gold pieces for every person who'd like to try.
Okay, hang on. Let me check my.
No, Kelnys. This is on me. You're doing it for me.
Okay.
Good sir, is my metallic companion allowed to compete?
As we talked about last time, humanoids only.
Burr, would you like to tell him you're a humanoid?
Why don't you know what? I have a better idea, Kelnys.
I'm volunteering. That's
Well,
what I meant, Raystrom.
I was gonna pay for both of you, but yes. Here's five gold pieces for my.
At which point,
Imrish.
some of the patrons that are some of the workers there, they kind of usher you over to your own stall. It's not a competition against people. It's different people at different stations trying to break through. As you are given your first board,
And just like before, it's one single slate board. Go ahead and roll your athletics check.
20, not nat.
Oh, yeah, without even, like, it's almost like you just push your hand on it and you lean forward and it just, and then a few people start gathering around and then you hear them start calling out little bets of like how far you're going to get. They bring out 3 boards and they set them up. Go ahead and roll me another one.
Go, Kelnys!
9.
9. As you go and you hit your strike, it doesn't quite budge, but you're allowed one more shot. You get 2 swings on each one.
Okay, 26.
26. So you hit hard, or you kind of hit and you realize the boards on top of each other are giving enough structure where you're going to have to put some effort in. So you get your arms and you lift both hands up and slam down, and they all shatter in the middle and split as they topple off the 2 stone pillars. At which point crowds begin to cheer as this is one of the few people who've gotten this far. And that's when they bring out the stone slab.
Ooh.
And they set it in front of you.
You can do it, Brucey!
You can do it, Brucey! As folks gather around, they say, "We've not yet had a champion take the red, but I'm sorry, dear, what's your name?"
Kelnys Imrish!
Kelnys Imrish might be the first as she approaches, leading the Dragonborn clans into victory. In honor of Sakara, the fighter of the monks, she stands beside him, ever a clansman. Please, 2 attempts.
18.
18. As you go and you make your first slam, and you immediately feel your knuckles crack, and there's a pain that shoots forward through your arm, and the stone does not budge. Well, you do get one more try. Do make this careful, otherwise you do start over at the beginning.
You've got this, Kelnys.
12.
As you go to hit again, and it just does not go, and the crowd boos and hisses as they kind of, you see money getting passed around. I knew she couldn't do it. Dragonborns, and they kind of dissipate and the crowd moves away. And you just sit there and stare at this solid block of stone.
I'm sorry, Raystrom.
You want to give it another go?
Try again!
You think you can?
It's a carnival game. You can do it as many times as you want.
He said only twice.
No.
Yeah, start
Per
over.
round, yeah.
2 attempts. 2 attempts. 2 attempts per break.
So it'd be another 5 gold to do it again.
It's up to you, Raystrom.
I mean,
Come on, Kelnys.
Come on, that was great. That was great.
I would like you to be a little bit more peppy about doing this.
I'm a little lost.
Q's gonna go up and, as best she can, like hold Kelnys's head like between her hands and like look her in the eye and be like, "You can do this. You have to do this. Come on, we're trying to help him."
Okay.
Like do your like rev up thing where you get all pumped and then like start smashing.
You can do this.
Okay, pay the 5 gold.
Bard, play something upbeat. I need some BPMs.
The eye of the tiger.
As the band begins to kick off. 5 gold?
Yep.
All right, they bring out the boards. First board.
I've got 10 gold. 10 gold. Kelnys Imrish breaks through this.
I'll take 10 gold on that.
Let's do this.
19.
19, it easily breaks.
Ah, thank you, sir.
They bring out the 3 boards.
Oof. You think 20 for this one, sir?
13.
13 doesn't go. I'll take 20 on that.
Let's do this.
One more try. One more try.
26.
Yeah, you snap through that. Once again, the crowds come back in and they bring back the stone slab and set it in front of you.
Stone ain't shit. Stone ain't shit.
It doesn't matter if I go into a rage, does it?
You can go into a rage if you want.
But it doesn't like help me I'm gonna go into rage. I want to think about how Dakar is gone and I'm totally lost and don't know what to do anymore. But there's this stupid stone slab in front of me that I'm supposed to break, and I still don't totally understand how this is gonna work.
All right, you go into your rage and you feel that huff of smoky air comes out of the nostrils, and you just get angry and you feel the adrenaline rush. Go ahead and roll. This is an athletics check, so you should have advantage on it.
Because you went into a rage, can you hit it with lightning to weaken it?
Oh my God! Can I use my Because I'm thunder right now. I'm not sea.
Yeah, she didn't.
Don't heal it.
Damn it.
Yeah, you heal the three boards go. Yeah, you can't. You can give your friends temporary hit points.
Y'all feel a little better.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you do have advantage on this. It's okay.
Okay. $22.
22. As you go and you feel that rage, and you can just see in the indentions of the natural coloration of the rock, it just kind of looks like Dakar Mokoa for a brief instant. And that's when you just go forward and you slam through, and it just pulverizes down the middle, and the whole stone column, the left-hand side topples down as well, and the crowds go silent before an eruption of noise goes off, and you hear the band just start picking up even louder, and then a the furious proprietor there just kind of takes the bag of money that he was holding and just throws it down over to to Raystrom's feet, as you now have your full pot that you bet on. He kind of walks over to you, reaches into his bag, and he pulls out a red disc and just kind of slams it to your chest. It was lucky. But I guarantee you it won't be better with my brothers. All right, that's going to take us to the one that is holding you, Kel. At which point it has you in its tentacles, and its mouth opens, and you see the tentacles open, and there is a small pincer that looks like a razor sharp spike, and it starts edging forward towards your head.
No, my head's too tall.
As it is going to attempt to extract your brain.
No, I'm gonna keep. Oh.
That's where I keep all my thoughts.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
All right, so it's 10d10 piercing damage. If it takes you under 0, you're dead.
Oh no.
Oh.
I want to put that out there first. So
Okay.
one, 5 total. 7, 15.
Total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
17, 19, 22. You still good?
No, but yeah.
23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. $26. $28.
That's 0. That is at 0.
Is it if it puts you below 0?
At which point you see the tentacles grab around this dragonborn's head, and then the spike gets jammed into her eyes as it erupts out the back end, and then it just pulls, and you can see it pulling brain matter out as Kelnys falls limp, and then leans over and hits the ground hard. Which will take us back to the top of the order. Q.
Hold on, I need a minute. I'm panicking. Q is looking for the med kit and the potion.
Yeah, you'd be able to find both of them.
I'm assuming it would be another turn to use the med kit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Q is just gonna like start trying to frantically push her brain back into her head. And yeah.
Okay. The creature who's holding you turns to the rest of the group and says, "Drop your weapons, or we take another." And that's his turn. That takes us back to Q.
Q is gonna attempt to use the med kit.
On what?
On Kelnys.
Okay. You can try all you want. You don't really know what you're doing.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
Q is gonna say, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault."
And we're going to go ahead and call that the end of this encounter.
Q's gonna run back over to Kelnys and just start like screaming her name over and over and over again. And that's it. Like, yeah. Doesn't anybody have anything to help? Like, why isn't anybody else helping?
I think she's beyond help.
No, that's not how this works. We fall and then we get back up. Like, that's how this works. Like, nothing?
I'm sorry, Q. This is well beyond my skill level.
Well, what are we gonna do? We can't just leave her here. The necklace, the amulet, that's the one that Carl had. Carl hid in it. Can we take her? We can take her, right? I mean, you're wearing it. You know how to use it, right, Vox? You can just bring her with us.
I think Vox is still technically unconscious.
Oh.
She woke you up.
Okay.
Yeah, she stated that should wake you up.
All right. I don't know what. Vox is gonna try. I mean, this is shooting, out of left field, but Vox is going to kind of like crawl over to Kelnys. He's gonna put his hand on her, and he's gonna try spare the dying.
There is no pulse, no airflow, no signs at all that she is living or has been living for a few minutes.
What are you talking about with an amulet, Q?
The thing that Vox is wearing. That was Carl's amulet. This guy, and he hid in the amulet. Like, he got in the amulet, and I just...
Oh, it's like a little, it's a pocket dimension inside the amulet?
Vox will try to see if he can absorb Kelnys into the.
Just imagine, just think really, really hard that she's in there. Just make her go in there.
Vox is going to try to do that.
Vox, you remove the amulet by undoing the necklace, and you kind of push it forward. You've spent some time staring at this device. The inscription in a language not familiar to you. But you just concentrate, and it's that repetitive thought of just go in. Just go in. Just go in. It takes about what seems like 30 seconds, but in all actuality happens fairly quickly. There's an iridescent blue-green light on the jewel that sits inside of the amulet itself that just beams forward and wraps the body. And then in an instant, Kelnys is no longer on the floor. And then the light dissipates.
Okay, see, we can get her out of here. We can figure out.
There's
what
definitely
to do.
hope. There's hope now, Q. There's
Yeah.
things that can be done.
At least get her out of here, but we have to get out of here too.
De Junta, why do you bring outsiders in? They say they have Kelnys. One of them kind of looks over at you, and she slumps down and takes off that circlet helmet that matches what Kelnys had. And you see this is Nalakente. I remember you. Why do you come back?
Q looks to DeJunta because DeJunta said not to talk to anybody, but I look to see if it's okay to answer.
He nods.
We came to bring Kelnys back. I wanted her to have a proper Dragonborn burial or send off, or I wanted to do right by her.
Thank you so much for bringing our sister back to us. There's nothing that we really can give you, but you are welcome to stay until the rites are over.
Thank you.
It's our honor. She fought to her very last breath defending us and this great island.
I do not speak for the island, but I do speak for myself. She fought me every second of my life. She was quite the ass. But I always knew that we would have Warday to prove who really deserved to be in charge. I guess that day will never come. If you'll excuse me, I need to speak with my mother.
Hey.
And then she exits. You're free to do whatever you'd like as you are in the catacombs.
Finley's going to pat Q again and say, "Your friend is beautiful." And then she's going to go over and try to lift Kelnys's arm onto the table so it's not hanging.
You're able to do that.
Q's gonna go on the opposite side wherever Finley is and just kind of take in all of the scales and all of the scars that she's gotten along the way and just say, yeah, she is.
At which point you hear that same noise, that guttural kind of throat singing begin to echo as hundreds of Dragonborn around you begin to resonate that voice, and you hear the kind of harmonics building on top of each other that are echoing in this cave. At first, it's very unnerving, but after a while, it has this kind of ebb and flow, almost like you're inside the chamber of a heart, beating away. And then you see Doxin, the elderly gold scalemaster, lord of the Metallic Conclave, walk up to the great stone podium and begin to give the last rites. It was through his benevolence that the Dreadnought granted us power and strength to overthrow his adversary and once lover, the Battle Maiden. Since that war, there's been a rift between us and our chromatic brethren. But it has always been the Metallics who have proven strength in honor, duty, and family. Today we lose a part of that family, but we regain it in the birth of another true dragon. Kelnys Imrish, last of the brass, departed from us in an adventure to save an outsider. Heresy, to turn on her own kind, yet she, through honor, fought for the outsiders. Her mother takes her price, but she regained her honor through combat within the proving pits. As a Zaget Knight, she will die with all honors. Lady Asira has spoken that she wishes to forego her right to speak so that others may speak for her. At this time, if you are a companion of Imrish, please come forward.
Q's going to take a deep breath and stand up and walk forward.
Q, do you want me to come as well?
No. Kelnys was the first person outside of my family to choose me. She stood by me through all of my terrible, impulsive choices and never once made me feel like I was a bad person for making mistakes. She came from this place, only wanting to make it better. She left to make it better. She did everything she could for the Dragonborn. Kelnys is the embodiment of loyalty. She deserves to be remembered, hell, honored in your histories with stories and songs. Fire, ice, thunder, and now dust. I hope to honor her legacy. She walks back to her seat.
Way to go, Q.
Wisdom, you wanna get the next one?
I don't know if I want to follow that.
Finley kind of pats Q's leg.
Are there any others who would wish to speak?
Vox will get up and he'll just kind of stand up straight and just say, our dear friend Kelnys was braver than any warrior I've ever seen, even battling horrors that were far beyond what most people would think to ever see. She bravely chose to delve deep. We're all alive because she chose bravery. Just want to thank all Dragonborn for their courage. Flows through every one of y'all's veins. And Kelnys was a perfect example of that. And Vox is going to minor illusion. One example of one of the oh boy, mind flayers. Not the one that attacked her, but one of the ones that she attacked, and just minor illusion her, boom, like, you know, like just like crunching one right in the head, and then just make it disappear and just say, her bravery is so wonderful. Thank you. And he's going to give out a big yell. Step down and like quietly sit down.
Maximum effort. Graysham's got to get up.
Deep breath.
I would be truly remiss if I did not do Kelnys and her people proud by saying something in this last moment I have with her. Kelnys Imrish was the most courageous Dragonborn I've ever had the pleasure of calling a friend. The first time I met her, it was her coming to my aid and helping me in a less than dire situation, but the last moment I had with her was her battling overwhelming odds to the very bitter end, defending us. And she will not be forgotten for those actions. Asira, thank you for bringing such a beautiful light into this world. I'm only sorry I was not able to keep it from being snuffed out early.
At which point, Doxson signals over, and Yalwyn steps forward and pulls out a long, curved dagger and walks over to the body. She pulls up from the leg, the veil, and she begins to cut out 3 of the brass scales. And then she walks over. She hands 1 brass scale to Q, 1 brass scale to Raystrom, and 1 brass scale goes to the mother, Asira.